we go. Throwback
What's going on,
Thursday.
man?
Hey, I'm pretty good, man. How you doing yourself?
Man, it's storming here, man. It's this time of the year, man. It's about to get crazy up down in this bayou, man.
It's
So if you
storming.
hear some lightning and thunder, it ain't me talking. It's that weather hitting you.
Oh man. So if you leave us, then we just going. Today, you know what? We gonna let you go. We gonna pay you anyways. We gonna pay you anyways. If
Oh
if if you
damn!
if your shits go out, we gonna let you go. We gonna
For
let you have at it.
for the whole hour, or are you gonna give me? Are you gonna prorate me to 30 minutes?
You want you want to prorate you 30 minutes? What if you only
No,
make it 3 minutes?
huh?
What if you only make it 3 minutes?
Oh well, no, 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 no. It's either 30 or an hour. Once I get started, I'm charging 30 minutes. Well,
Oh, okay. I feel that. I feel that.
So
Hold
once I
on.
get
Hold on.
started, 30 minutes. Are you gonna count me that extra
I
30
gotta
minutes?
I gotta talk to somebody. Hold on a second.
You
Let
gotta
me
talk
get
to
in the bag
somebody.
and let me get
Well,
in. Oh
while you
yeah.
talking to somebody, I want
He
to tell the people
he
if you
he's
saw this lottery pick of the NBA, it was rigged. How in the hell does Minnesota get another top pick? This is crazy, man. How lucky is it to be in Minnesota? It doesn't make sense to me. Golden State should have got that first pick. It doesn't make sense. It's rigged. That's all I gotta say. It's rigged.
speaking of rigged, and I'm not talking about the fullback for San Francisco 49ers.
Mm-mm.
Is that who it
Washington
was?
Redskins.
Yep, you John Riggs. You're right. My
John,
fault.
you
My
talking about
fault.
John Riggins, or you talking about
No, John Riggins. I was talking about John Riggins.
yeah, Redskins?
Okay.
He was the Owl Scott before Owl Scott came around.
Speaking of Riggins or
Mm-hmm.
Rig or whatever you want to say,
Mm-hmm.
you got anything to say for your Lakers, man? Can
The
I?
game. See this.
You got anything to say about a dollar? You
See
got
this.
anything to say about
Oh,
a
thank God
dollar?
it's the truth. Him and Luca, man, is I almost said the word. Is killing it. It's killing it. Him and Luca, they are killing it. The thing about it with this bubble thing, these games don't matter. If this was in the regular times and Portland went and stole a game in La La Land, then we might be talking because then we gotta go to Portland. But this bubble don't mean anything. With this bubble, it don't matter if you win game one or game three or whatever. It doesn't matter. So I'm not worried. The Bucks
Hey,
came and whipped Orlando's. You know what? This afternoon. So the Lakers got to
hey,
shoot better. That's all. We just got to shoot better.
ain't that about a blip? So your whole thing is
Dude,
that.
hold on, man. Hold on.
So if somebody shoots 70-80%, so
No,
you just said
no.
everybody, come on, man.
There you go.
Yeah, there.
Anthony Davis, I think, went 8 for fucking 24. Excuse my French. He
Oh
went
my
8 for
lord, man, we
24.
gotta keep bleeping you out, man. We got to hire somebody to bleep out all your animosity.
Yeah, Anthony Davis went. I'm trying to pull up the official. I thought he went 8 for 24. He went 8 for 24. Took too many damn 3 pointers. 5 3 pointers, didn't make one. So he was 8 for 19 from. That's not. Come on, man.
That's not their game, though. That's not their
No, that's
game.
why he shouldn't be shooting 5 3 pointers. He was 8 for 19 from inside the arc,
Okay, okay.
which is
I
not. I mean, he still had 28 points, but come on, man.
Oh, all right. This is what I'm gonna do, man. Let me shift gears because I don't like Angry Van. I don't even like Angry Van.
I'm
I
not
don't like
angry.
Angry Van.
I'm not
I don't like
angry.
Disturb. I don't like Perturbed Van. Whatever.
Okay,
I
so
don't like Van. I don't like Van Unwinkled. Here, hey, no, but this is what we gotta before we get into the situation. Like before we get into the situation, we
A
got
situation or an entanglement? Which one is it?
this
Because
ain't no. It might be an entanglement, man, because
mm,
this guy is so professional
mm,
that my interaction with him is so. Every time I catch up with my mans, it's always 1,000. It's Gucci.
Hold on,
Like,
Ant. You ain't got a damn shirt on again?
I got a shirt on, man.
Okay,
I got it.
all right.
Come on, man.
All right. Those this broadcast for the ladies or something. I'm just
Nah, man.
keeping it 100.
Nah, man. Hey, I will tell you what. Our guest is. What is that? All that noise? What y'all doing in the background over
It's
there?
real. It's real in these streets.
Oh wow, that's that.
I told you, man.
Wow, I thought that was the house, but no. So my man's. We got Doctor
Yeah,
L.A.
put some
D.
respect on that man's name.
little speck here, a little speck for you.
Sprinkle it
But
on
no,
that.
we got Doctor D. L.A. Smith coming on, and you play. The good thing about this one, we both play with him equally. You played with him on top of his head. I played with him underneath him. I think you was a year or two ahead of him. No, you was a year ahead of him. I was a year behind him.
Yeah, I was a year. Yep.
So we both got, and he's blossomed into a great young man. And
Man. I definitely have some questions for him in his life.
man,
We about to get a reel up in his piece, boy. We about to get.
Hey, man.
Up in the locker.
he has a very, very nice rehabilitation center. Very extremely nice. So whatever you say about this man, make sure it does not. I'm telling you, I went over there, man. Oh Lord, Lord,
No. Period. No, I'm gonna. I have
period.
Period. It wouldn't. I have some questions to ask. No, I'm not. No, he's solid. So there's nothing I can bring up that's gonna stain his pristine reputation. I just got some questions and see how real he gonna get. If he's gonna be 100 or not.
Oh, he gonna be 100.
Well,
hey, if he wasn't, we don't have nobody on here who ain't gonna be $1. We ain't gonna have nobody who ain't gonna be $1.
I don't know. You the one that said Posey wasn't being 100, so we had one.
I talked to Posey afterward. Posey got a podcast going on right now with the NBA. Right now, like it just started like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he explained that to me that he didn't want to compromise his personality, whoop de woo, and he gonna come back on with us to explain what he's doing over there. He's gonna explain all that, but he explained to me that man, I ain't want to, get and it's understandable. It's understandable, but he's also being my homeboy. He's also willing to double down, double back, and come back and do it one more time and let us know, what he got going on now. But
because you know how important we are to promote his product. Because he need us to promote his product.
That's what I told him, man. I told him. I said, so when you get big, when we go back and look at, man, because they brought out, I ain't even got it on what you call it. They brought out some old Drake's rhymes back in the day.
Right.
Man, my ear pads ain't going through right. They brought some Drake's rhymes in from back in the day. And Drake was dropping some pretty slick knowledge, but he act like he started from the bottom, now he here. The stuff he was doing wasn't from the bottom. He was already pretty nice, but I don't know what anybody's Mike Waskowitz is in early, huh?
He chiming in already?
Man, he chimed in at 9:05, man. We at 9:10.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man.
What are you talking about?
Okay, so without further ado, we're gonna introduce our. You want to introduce him as Doctor? Cause that's our homeboy.
No, man. When you get that credential, that comes off top, and he ain't just L.A. no more. He Dr. L. Whatever you want to call him, you got to put doctor in front of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're gonna welcome Dr. Lamont L.A. Smith.
Look, I'm repping the tough 30 too.
I see that, man. What the hell?
Hey, I hold on to stuff, man.
I see that.
No, hey, you must ain't got one, man. You ain't,
I ain't got one. No, I had one, but I threw that shit away like a long time ago.
Yeah, had one. Yeah, right.
Hey, I had one.
Whatever. Only a selected few had it though. I'm just saying. And I got two of them. I got two of them.
Man, hey, what's up, man? Where all your hair go?
it stayed in the 90s.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hey, one thing clean.
To hold on to it like you are.
Oh man, I can't even hold on. You know, I don't normally do this, but
no, I'm just lazy, brother. I take mine off.
Hey man, I don't want to make y'all brothers jealous. I ain't want to make y'all brothers jealous or nothing like that, man.
Trust me, I ain't jealous. A girl told me my freshman year she thought it was sexy, so I kept it off.
Okay. Hey,
it only take one. It only take one.
Hey, you saw how quick you put that back on though. He got that Stephen A. hairline.
Oh no, the hairline is Gucci. What's up, Shantae Sweet Feet? No.
Back.
Hey, I'm going to apologize. Hold on, let me apologize real quick because I am messing around with these settings. I'm trying to figure out how to get our guests on the top. I'm trying to find out how to get our guests on the top. So I don't be on the big screen. I want our guests on the big screen, and I'm trying to figure that out. So I apologize.
Hey, it was tough for me to figure out how to log on.
Hey,
you know, I'm not technologically sound myself.
All I can say, it ain't on me.
Yeah,
I want the background y'all got. I want a locker room in my background too.
Oh,
hey, man, you got to come around, man.
You ain't cutting checks yet. You cut up some checks, we'll get you whatever you want.
Okay, I'll take this background.
Hold on. Whoa. No, stop. Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you, man. I changed careers for a minute. I went to this man's office. I'm telling you, nice situation. Like I'm not even gonna hold you. And it did me a solid. It wasn't no huge nothing, but I went to other people didn't get that same solid. Man, LA, man, we spent time more going back to the day than me doing the paperwork I asked him to put down for me. Man, but the whole point was when you talking about if he need to put down on it, LA could put down on it, man. LA may as well just go ahead, write him the check. Just write him the check, man. Or write him. Hey, just send us a check, LA.
I'm sorry. That goes to my family.
Oh man,
you got to keep those checks.
Man, we can give you a good ad. We can pub you up because people got to come on here to promote their product, like we said earlier. Like we're talking about, people. Hey, man, you come here, we can get you right.
Okay, I'm with you. I can handle that. I can handle that now. Now you're talking.
So LA, man, and we're gonna get to a plethora of things with you, just because I know, everybody that's been on here because of our the times we played the UK, our times the UK have played either the Curry, Mummy, Brooks. No, Mummy. Yeah, we did have Mummy Brooks era.
We got Morris too. We don't talk about
right, that's what I was gonna say. But Guy Morris is only a short period. That's why I was gonna say. So we're gonna get to that. We ain't gonna get to that off the rip because I know you want to say something. And it's crazy. We get crazy responses when people understand how our team feels about, or how some of the players who played under these guys feel about playing under certain coaches. So we just let y'all go candid. But that's why I wasn't comfortable putting your family business on there because man, it was so wholesome in there. Man, did you put that picture of me up? I didn't even check to see the picture I sent you if you put it up in your office.
I had it
You
in
didn't,
my
did
old
you?
office. I had it in the old office. There ain't no
Here we
space in the new
go.
office. I had it in the old office.
Here we
Hey,
go.
you, Snip. Nah, I ain't gonna name no names. I ain't gonna name what. I had a lot of
Van wasn't in there though. Hey, Van wasn't in there though, right?
Yeah, Van was Hollywood. Van was Hollywood. We Hollywood. I kept it on the lower scale.
Hell no. You can call me lower scale.
Nah,
Nah, but
nah. You know I ain't
that's
really
what
like
I heard.
that.
That's what I heard.
all right,
But
no, but for real though, but yeah, you know what I mean. We had people on social media, you know, we put it out, and I BS you not. I don't know if Van follows Facebook that much, but
No.
I got a lot more pregame likes and interest in this show than any show we done. You know, Curry show had a bunch of people. Bob Pacey show had a bunch of people. But people was like, you know, liking it and tuning in. So, you know, the interest was there. Is what I was trying to tell them. So everything you say is gonna go back to somebody who, if they ain't watching, gonna tell somebody. But what I'm trying to find out, not really so much trying to find out the interest everybody had in here. So, just let us know. We're gonna get to your past and when you was with us. We know about that. Just let us know what you've been doing since you left UK. Let the people know what you into. The orthopedic, the massage therapist that you are now. Because he hate when I call him massage therapist. So
Don't use that word, man. I already know you
Nah,
about to get up
don't
on
do
you on
that.
that one.
Don't do that.
Therapy.
So when I left UK, I came home for about 2 years, man, and I got caught up in the sales thing. I was good at sales, but I hated it with passion because it just wasn't me. So I never, I was sitting in a kiosk in the Kenwood Mall selling cell phones, and I'm like, man, what are you doing? Like this is for somebody else. This ain't for you. So I sat there and I thought about some of the things that kind of sparked my interest growing up. And I remember the sports medicine class that I took my sophomore year in high school. And so it kind of got me to thinking. My dad actually expressed interest in going to chiropractic school, but if he would have gone, he would have had to leave us in Cincinnati and he go to Atlanta. So he didn't go. He stayed behind. He stayed back. So I talked to him, see what sparked his interest. He told me. He turned me on to his chiropractor, and his chiropractor took me to lunch, explained chiropractic to me. 2 weeks later, I was enrolled at Cincinnati State, taking my prerequisites to go to chiropractic school. So that was like in '01. I moved to Dallas in no, it was 2000. I moved to Dallas in '02. No, the end of '03. In '03, and I've graduated in '05 with my doctorate in chiropractic. And since then, I've been working with the University, Mississippi State. I worked with Mississippi State track and field team. I worked with the University of Virginia track and field team for 8 years. Mississippi State for 2 years. University of Virginia for 8 years. I worked the UK's football team for a season, for a full calendar year, and then I've been working with a lot of professional athletes. And
hold on 1 second.
what's up?
I'm gonna let you go back to your resume because you got a hellified resume. Hell of five. But honestly, and this is a locker, and I understand your professionalism, and the reason I like you so much because you people say Ohio, you know, Cincinnati and Cleveland to me ain't the same Ohio. We ain't the same
No,
Ohio.
no. Cleveland is
But
like
me and you. No. But you and I have always clicked. You always been solid on every. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. Like wherever we from, it didn't matter. Like me and you
Right.
was so. So I'm gonna let you get back to your resume. We stopping your resume at your training, because when me and Stu ran into you, you was with Virginia, I believe,
Yeah.
a trainer
Yeah.
with Virginia, when y'all was running
No,
in
no, no,
UK.
no, no. I was a team physician with the University of
Team
Virginia
physician. My
track and field
fault.
team.
My
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
my
It's
fault.
okay.
Oh.
I don't want to step on their toes.
Okay, okay,
It's
okay.
okay. It's all right. Keep
But you
going. Keep
said,
going. I'm listening.
cause I won't let you let a little steam off, but I don't want you to hurt your image. But if you wanna just let your steam off and do it how you, but you said you were at UK for a year, and I know you. I love you, Van. Do you love him or do you not love him?
I love him,
Like,
man.
you tell me if you got a gripe, if you got a gripe with LA right now, go ahead and
No,
hand it
no,
out.
I got a couple of LA stories that helped me out. So nah, I ain't got no gripes.
I don't know a person. Okay, so you was at UK. So how were you at all these other universities? How many years and not at UK? And if you don't prefer to go into detail, we don't have to go into detail. But our boy Anwar Stewart just came back into the coaching staff
Yeah.
after taking minimum pay, and then finally proving himself and getting on there. Is it that tough for you to be from the roots to make it back, or did you do something wrong? Did you feel like it was justified? Was it an amicable split when you left after 1 year?
Uh, it wasn't amicable. Let's just say like this. I did what I was supposed to do. They asked me to come. I The person that I dealt with didn't do texting or phone calls, only email. So I would be sitting in my house like 10 o'clock at night, supposed to be at the university, which is an hour away from where I live, at 10 a.m. And I just happened to scroll through my emails and, hey, Lamont, could you be here at 7 a.m.? I'm like, gosh, like I gotta get my kids together and get them out of the house to school. I didn't say anything. I made it happen. So I kind of broke my neck to do what I needed to do because that was a dream job for me, to go back to my university. But at the same time, well, first of all, how I got in, I got in. I tried to call. I tried to, get in touch with a few coaches, which will remain nameless. Um, and I don't handle that stuff. I don't handle that stuff. So it was my guy who was the head coach of Virginia. He knew someone who was on the new staff, and the new staff guy called me and asked me to come down, and he asked me to work on some of the athletes. So I worked on some of the athletes, and the head trainer asked me to come back. Or I'm sorry, the coach asked me to come back the next week. So I went back the next week, and the head trainer pulled me to the side. He said, "I don't know what it is that you do or what you did, but it works." He said, "What do we have to do to have you come back? Because I do a technique that's different from a lot of other techniques out there." And so I said, "Just let me know when you need me to come back." So that's what it was. So I went back. I worked with them, and they asked me to come back. So we started talking money, and I guess the money thing. We started talking money, and then the coach who brought me in asked me if I would show the staff the technique that I do. And I said, "Nah." And he said, "Well," he said, he kind of chuckled, and I laughed too. And he said, "No, seriously." And I said, "No." And then we left it at that. Then the next week I showed up. He asked me the same thing, and I kind of gave him a serious look, and I told him, I said, "No." Well, I guess he didn't like that response, and I told him, "Look, I paid too much money. I spent too much time working on this technique. I've done my research. I've done this and that. I'm I'm not going to sit here and just give it away." So I guess he didn't like that response. So from then on, he kind of, before he used to be like, "Hey, what's up, Lamont?" and talk to me in the hallway, to "What's up, Lamont?" He kept moving. So next thing I know, like, I'm talking to the head trainer about when I'm going to start up again in the spring. He sent me an email asking me if he can call me. He called me. He told me that coach found somebody who does what I do, and if I brought the technique to the school, they didn't even know about it. But he said, and I'm like, "Do what I do? Like, don't nobody do what I do." And it's not being cocky and saying, um, nobody can do the technique. It's just the relationship that I developed with the guys. I mean, you have people. I mean, you have guys like the team is like, I don't know, 60, 65, 70% black. Why wouldn't you have a guy, a black male, come in and like show these guys how uh, what could happen after football?
Right.
And then there's another thing was it was kind of like a kick in my nuts because he says we found somebody that does what you do. The gentleman never, I mean, the person never played football at the University of Kentucky. Didn't even, like never even stepped on the field. But I wasn't mad at the other guy. I was more upset with the situation and how it happened. And and the guy accepted less money than I was. I ain't mad at him for that either because he values his time differently than how I value my time. So, I mean, that's what it is. But at the same time, I was there for a year. Then they asked me to. I sat down with the new coach who was in charge of that about 2 or 3 years ago. He asked me to come back, so I went back. We discussed money again. We agreed on the number. Then I went back for one day. Then I get another email saying, "Hey, sorry, I didn't realize that coach asked the other guy to come back," and that was it. So I just, I just said that job wasn't for me. You know what I mean? It just wasn't a job for me. It was a dream job, but it wasn't for me.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's some BS, man. I don't care what it's about. That's some BS. You don't. I don't want to get into that because I'm about to say some stuff that might get some people upset. But
hey, whatever.
Man, you ain't saying that to get nobody upset because
it works.
Man, damn.
For some people. It works differently for some people. You're an ex-athlete and you don't look a certain way. You know what I mean? It works differently. I can't believe that they didn't work with you. I'm sure your numbers were not crazy different. Come on, man. The ability to, like you said, show a former athlete coming back, giving back to the university, showing how you have grown as a person outside of athletics is that experience right there is priceless for an athlete sitting there trying to think about what he's going to do in 2 or 3 years after he's finished with his playing career.
Because it don't last forever.
That doesn't make any sense, man.
I agree, and you know what? It don't make sense to me either. But it is what it is. They didn't. I just decided that wasn't. Well, I didn't decide. They decided that it wasn't a job for me. He decided that it wasn't a job for me. So I moved on, and that. Excuse me. I moved on to some other situations that have been very beneficial for my growth, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
Hey,
I still support the team. I'm still there every home game.
You be at more games than I be at.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I paid good money for them tickets, man.
Right. It doesn't make sense that you going to a rival. You at Mississippi State, a conference rival, and not at the place you play. Obviously, you have the reputation. Why the hell are they not? That doesn't make sense. If you didn't have the reputation, Mississippi State and UVA wouldn't have you as on the staff or helping out with their staff. Why can't we have? It doesn't make sense. I'm gonna stop at that before I keep rambling. We won't have a
you know what kind of sense it makes. You know what kind of sense it makes.
Yeah, I feel you.
So what I gather from this whole thing is I've been around Lexington for a long. Y'all both been gone, been in and out, and it's funny y'all make about as many engagements as I make, but it is crazy. It is, I ain't gonna turn this to a me moment. I'm gonna make one comment and I'm gonna get off of it. People ask me why you don't do this in the media. I've been in the media I've been in UK media since 2005.
Wow.
And how many new people have you seen jump in and out of it? And I might not be the most handsome person, but if you can find another MF more handsome than me, but hold on. But my point is, I've also seen, I met Lamont. We got a picture on Twitter. I didn't get it on Facebook. I got it on Twitter. A guy who's on the coaching staff now, L.A. Smith, met up because that's how solid we is. Back on our old stomping ground, took a picture, whoop de woo. We all in Lexington trying to do our thing. Like what? Like if you have to enter Van, LA, y'all both have to. If you have to interview somebody for a job, it ain't whatever their resume tells you. It comes to question. You don't have any validation of that. The people who have been in your site and on your site, do you need validation for what they do?
Nope.
And I know for me, I can question some of my decisions. But you and Anwar Stewart, solid guys. Solid guys.
Yeah,
Solid guys.
No, you're right, and I know I can count four individuals on my hand that somehow jumped in front of you. So I don't know, man. I don't know. And you know I can me and LA probably can rest on the fact that we didn't win as many games, but you ended your career on a high note. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why you're not used as much. I don't get it. You should be a part of the Kentucky, whatever that network, whatever, on their game day broadcast or something. Post game, pre game, something.
I think at some point you can be brutally honest when you've never played the game and people will listen. But if you're brutally honest when you played the game, people are like, oh, you don't know what he's talking about, or they'll be like, shh, not too loud. You know, that's kind of that's the sense of that. And it ain't just Lexington, it ain't just UK. It's sports all around.
Yeah.
Sports all around. And, you know, it's kind of like that chick say, shut up and dribble. That's kind of like what it is. Like, you only good for this part. And I'm not just saying sports. Like, you're only good for this part of what we need. You're only good for that. Why can't we be all of it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't feel it. I don't get it either. Ant's been, like he said, been involved for 15 years. Damn, he should be a piece of something over there. I don't know what the piece needs to be. Give him his own damn show, one day a week or whatever. He needs to be a piece of it. His I don't know how to say it, but his years at the tail end, even though he did play in '96, you don't want to count it or whatever, but even the last 2 years were very good years for us, and that air raid brought some credibility to the BBN, not to the national level, but to the local fans. Man, people are still raving about that air raid tenure. So he should be somewhere affiliated with something with the UK network or whatever they're broadcasting. I don't know what their official name is, but they need to have him part of it.
Right.
I got the gift and curse, but okay, LA one time, because man, I talked to you on a semi-regular, and you came to my 40th birthday party. Van, did you come to my 40th birthday party?
I wasn't invited.
Huh?
I wasn't invited.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. So you weren't invited. But LA was there. LA was there, and there was number LA and C4 and the rest of everybody else was totally family. Like that's how much respect I got for this man. Okay. That's how. And I'm not saying, man, I knew he was a little closer so he can get there. So I'm not saying that I wouldn't have invited you.
About, man, I was an hour and 3 minutes away.
Man, come on, man. But LA, for real, quick. I commend you on this. And Van is going through the same thing. We talk about this on the show, and we got a lot of female listeners, and I'm pretty sure it's because of me. But you do a hell of a job. You do a hell of a job as a girl dad. You do a hell of a job as a girl dad. So I'm gonna give you what it. And I done met your girl. They all really respectful, but they act like they don't really want to talk to me because they like, this is dad's friend. Like, we old news. Like, they throw us like old paper. But go ahead, man. Tell us what your girl's into, what you got going. I mean, you know what I mean? So people know what to look out for if they want to follow. But I just know you follow them really well. and I know they're gonna be something because of, type of person you are.
I appreciate it, man. So I have two originals and two additionals. So my originals are 16, and that's Sydney, and Simone is 11. And then Alana and Zane. Alana's 15 and Zane is 13. Those are my additionals. So I have three out of the four girls play basketball. We just spent 8 weekends in a row back and forth to Indianapolis um, for AAU tournaments, and two of them are done, and we got two more left, and they're doing really well. Sydney, she's gonna be the first one out of the house, and fingers crossed she gets the opportunity um, to shine her light on somebody's court one day. And then Sydney's 5'4". That's my 16-year-old, and my 11-year-old is 5'8" and a half. So
People,
yeah, talk about the little big sister.
are you serious?
Yeah. So
When did this
yeah,
happen?
this past summer she shot up. Yeah, she shot up. So like Sydney has the work ethic and she's ready to go. Zanae, this is her second year playing. She's 13. This is her second year playing. Fast, quick. She picks up on the game really well. And Simone is she's lazy. She doesn't like it, but she's good. She's a competitor. You know what I mean? So I think that competitive spirit in her is going to take over one day. It just ain't going to happen 2 days. So, Lord knows I wish it had happened today, but nah. So that's what they into. They're huge into basketball. My girls. Their mom wanted them to do dance and cheer because she was on the dance team in UK, and I went to the cheer competitions and the dance competitions. Boy, oh boy, I feel for those cheer dads. But when Sydney said she wanted to play basketball, I'm like, yes, I know this sport. I know basketball better than I know football. So I'm like, yes. Oh, okay. So that's where we at with that, man.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. I know you stand behind those girls, man. Y'all travel, and I'm. You have a update? I know you was doing a basketball tournament y'all were trying to do at your facility. Do you have any updates on that? Is that going? Y'all trying to do that since COVID sidetracked that?
Yeah, so we got to reschedule for it's in March 26th through 28th. It's in 2021. It's a middle school girls exposure tournament, and it's Kentucky versus Ohio. So if you're in Kentucky and you got a team, middle school girls grade 6 through 8, and y'all want to sign up and come through, it'd be great. If you from Ohio and you got a middle school team and you got a middle school team girls 6 through 8, that'd be great. If if all goes well, like we plan on it going well, we may expand it to boys next year. But this is something for the girls because we want. I think it's not many girls get that much exposure. So we're gonna have. So far, we have 3 sports writers who have committed to coming, and it's gonna be streamed on live streamed on Apple TV. So 3 games at a time at Griffin Elite Sports and Wellness. It's in Erlanger, Kentucky, so it's about 7 minutes south of Cincinnati.
Let me ask. Let me ask you this. You just said if you in Ohio and you in Kentucky, what if somebody from Indiana want to come down or Michigan want to come down to West Virginia? Is it only limited to those because y'all have sanctions with those schools, or
No, it's just Kentucky and Ohio. We just want to, I guess around these parts, people are like, who has the best basketball, Kentucky or Ohio? That's what it is. And so we decided we were gonna find out who had the best teams, Kentucky or Ohio. So, but if you're from Indiana, if you play on the Kentucky on a team from Kentucky or Ohio, come on down. If you're from Michigan and you play for a team in Ohio or Kentucky, come on down. But yeah, it's just for Ohio and Kentucky, man.
all right? All right. So we got one more thing. I know we're gonna take the gloves off because I want you to. We've had, man, everybody's come on this show, man, express their feelings about, and Van can vouch for it, express their feelings about the coaching changes between when he left. And so we gonna get, but I didn't want that to be what represents you, because like I said, man, I love you like a brother, man. You've been one of the most solid dudes I know. If I had a chance to change this right now, I would put you as my partner, and Van could be on the street somewhere looking for a job, man. But so before we get to that, we gonna get to that. Before we get to that, so you are not married at this point, but I have met your significant other, and you all kicked your coverage.
Hold on 1 second. Come here, babe.
Oh,
This is,
are we gonna add people to the show?
I didn't outkick her. She just walked in. She just,
No, sir. You did. I love you. I just said.
You look outside my league.
That was shit.
Hold on, bring her back. They ain't get a good look. I met her in person. Man. I met her in person.
That's a setup, bro.
Oh Lord.
She was prepared the whole time.
I did outkick my coverage. I ain't gonna front. I did. But shoot, ugly dudes need love too, don't they?
Hey, Biggie Small. Hey. You ain't dark, but you ugly as ever. You ain't ugly as ever, but I don't know.
I'm gonna say this.
Hey, I ain't the ugliest brother in the world, but I do have options.
I'm gonna say this. We all need somebody to rub our head like she just rubbed yours. I'm saying. I'm just saying. That wasn't just a normal rub on the head. That had some little extra stank on it.
See, that's why that's why I let it go back in the 90s.
Right. Yeah. Man, you saw that? When
yeah, I seen it, man. That's the stuff I long and hope for, man.
All right. When you get a girl to rub your head like that, that's the one.
Hey, that is the one.
But no, LA. So Mike, my dude from high school, man, my fullback from high school, said, "What school in Cincinnati did you go to?" I know, but they asked, so I'm gonna let, because he asked you.
Lakota High School, when it was one school. Now it's East and West.
So how many players have we got at UK, for the UK listeners, have we got from there in the past 5 years? Because I keep hearing Lakota. I went to a game.
Yeah.
You don't know their names, apparently.
No, it's a lot. It's a lot down there. But here's a fact that didn't know. I was the first football player they came to get from Lakota High School.
Oh, okay.
And then it became like I guess in later years it became like a feeding ground for UK, because they got a lot of good athletes that moved out there from the city, because I'm originally from the city, but we moved out to the suburbs when I was in the 8th grade, and so a lot of people started coming out there, and so that's why people are starting to take notice. But yeah, I look for the Lakota kids at every opening day. I look for the Lakota kids in the brochure, in a what is it called, program.
Oh yeah. So because you brought it up, and I was really trying to I'm gonna get on to the next subject. I don't want to leave you a lot of time to get on to the next subject, just so that it don't get out of hand. But you just said you was the first one they recruited from Lakota, and Van said the same thing. Van went to school like they didn't even get nobody no scholarships from the school. Like, what kind of?
Yeah, I was the first D1, man. Period.
Yep.
You were the first D1, not the
D1.
first anything. Okay.
First D1 football scholarship recipient in school history.
You went to a Episcopal school?
Yeah.
Usually they pump them out because they get recruited. They recruit them.
Nah, man, we were recruiting.
They recruited Van's ass.
They were recruiting academics. They were not recruiting athletes, and they still don't really.
You're on an academic scholarship, right?
Yeah, well, that's what they're supposed to be.
yeah, for sure. I understand.
But okay, so when we got to talk about that, we lost another brother. I know, Van have lost. Van wasn't around when Gerald originally got here, but we done lost people. So when you talk about first people we remember, and apparently there was somebody else from LaGrange High School in Georgia before John Quentin Tobias McCord came to Kentucky, and so when you say you was the first one, like he was one of the first ones who got that pipeline going up in there. I don't know if you remember, if you had any memories, anything you want to say. I know Friday and Saturday is his memorial services. I didn't know if you had any memories that you had with John Tobias Quentin.
Well, I remember him as being always had a smile on his face, always, and it wasn't. I don't think I ever had a bad day. If he did, you didn't see it, and he always
Yeah.
always laughing and joking around, and just he was a really good dude. Like you say, like you hear that about a lot of people, especially after they gone. But he was a really good dude from what I know, from what I remember about him. So
That's exactly what I said, man. I've been asked on a couple of radio shows, and man, it's funny when they talk to me about it, and I can visualize me talking to him like he the one who started calling me Sugarfoot. Nah, you ain't sweet for you, Sugarfoot, and I just laugh. So when people ask me like this dude passed away, they're like, all I can do is laugh because, like you said, he ain't nothing but positive moments and positive energy. But from the time you played
yeah,
with John
yeah.
Quentin Tobias, there became an era where there was a coaching change, and here we go. Let me give him a screen by himself. I'm gonna talk in the background. I'll see his facial expression.
You said what now? You
So
went out. What did you say?
I said we gonna talk about the time from when you went from coaching change, because everybody who's been on here has been through the coaching change. Anwar, Lee Wesley, Reggie George, LT, but Reggie and George didn't go through this coaching change, but they went from JUCO to here. So everybody, and a lot of people respond to how the change. What was your experience with the change between Hal, Bill Curry and Hal Mummy? And sorry that you didn't get invited to the Bill Curry reunion. I wasn't in charge of that, so you can look up who was in charge of that, and you can
He
have.
was invited. He was on the list.
Yeah, I didn't get my invite, but it's cool. Well, I I personally love Coach K. Uh, Great man. Here's this is one of the reasons why I chose to go to UK to play for him. I knew nothing about the University of Kentucky having a football program. Like Ohio kids go to Ohio State. So, well, I was looking at Ohio State. Ohio State offered me. I went up there for a visit. At the time, I was 6'2", 205, ran like a 4.7 40. I was slow. And I started thinking, like, man, I can get lost. Looking around and seeing these other linebackers, 6'2", 245, and they can run. I'm like, man, I was possible I can't even play to my senior year. So I said, well, let me see what else is out there, because I knew I couldn't handle it mentally, like if I sat on the bench for a year or 2 years. So I went on a couple more visits. Then I kept getting these mailings from UK, and they said, think blue, think blue. So I'm like, all right, let me think blue. So I went down for my visit, and I told my cousin, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I told my cousin, who played for Coach Curry down at Georgia Tech. I told him I was going, and he said, yo, Coach Curry is a solid dude. You're going to love him. Sure enough, he came to our house before my visit. I'm like, yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. Then when I got down to the school and I actually committed to the university, he was like, he was a real good man, fair, honest, and I wish we would have done better to give him more time there. But so you go from that to how mommy.
Bullshit.
I I tell you what,
Curry is
mommy
very
was
honest with some people. Curry was favorite answers with most of, with 99% of the people. I can tell you who number 1% is, but go ahead.
I tell you what, he was honest to me, and that's from my experience. He was honest with me, and going from him to Mummy, it was a whirlwind. Mummy was a great offensive mind, but a shitty head coach. He couldn't lead men. And this is why I say this. I don't use this term often at all, but there were a lot of racist innuendos that he used to throw out. Like before we played Louisville, when he said they think this effing cracker from Georgia is gonna come up here and lose to a bunch of assholes with bandanas on their head. I'm like, huh? Where did that come from? And everybody, you were in that room, and B, you were in that room, right?
Yeah, I do recall. Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, what is he talking about? And then, um, like the stuff that happened with T Woods, and I ain't gonna go into all of it, but stuff that happened to T Woods, and then the stuff with Jason Watts, they were handled differently, and the words that were said were differently. Miguel Vieira sat down and he said he accepted his role because they switched position. They moved all the corners and safety to linebackers to end to tackle. So Miguel was a linebacker, he got moved to end. Miguel said, Coach, I'm not getting any reps. What can I do to get more reps? He said, Miguel, you're not even good enough to sit down and eat dinner with me. Got up and walked away. Like, who does that? Like, you got a kid who bought in. This is a kid who bought into this bullshit that you brought into the team. And then from him to his defensive staff was terrible. The coordinator, what's his name? What was the coordinator's name?
Mike Major.
He said, we're not going to blitz because blitzing is a guessing game. I said, huh? He said, you going with that? He said, yeah, it's a guessing game. Not if you study film. He's like, oh, we don't need all that. I need all that. That's what your job is to do all that. Then I said, our first day, I said, what are your plans for me? I said, I'm your leading returning tackler. What are your plans for me? He said, oh, we're going to move you to end and try you something at tackle. Tackle? Coach, I'm 235 pounds. What the hell am I going to do at tackle? Oh, because he told me he didn't put me. He said I couldn't play linebacker because I didn't have the speed and quickness. I said, don't matter. I make tackles from sideline to sideline. That's what I do. He said, oh, you're not fast enough. So I said, what are your plans for me at tackle? Well, we're going to use your speed and quickness to get up in the, huh? I said, everybody got speed and quickness in the SEC. What are you talking? I said, the offensive lineman got speed and quickness. So it went from bad to worse. I think Mummy was a good offensive coordinator. He was a terrible head coach because nobody really. He was cocky. He was arrogant, like a lot of coaches. But he was cocky and arrogant in a different way, and I didn't mesh well with that. And he pulled me to the side one day and he said, "You know what you are?" And I was waiting for it. I said, "What's that?"
Ooh.
He said, "You're a me person." I said, "A me person?" I said, "What's that?" You're worried about how much time you're going to play, what position you're going to play. I said, "That's a me person?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Yep, that's me." I can't help this team with a position I ain't never played before. And here's the kicker. I broke my leg the second play of the first spring scrimmage. And I'm like, this is good. Now they got to move me back to linebacker because I ain't getting no reps at the end. First day back, you know what the coordinator said? Lamont, you're our starting defensive end. Huh? I said, he said, it doesn't matter. Just get in there. Huh? I was like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Why would you put somebody with no experience and no technique in as a starter? I mean, yeah, wasn't nobody gonna run my way because I was holding it down on the run, but the pass, I mean, you can pass on me all day. So I think that whole administration was just, I didn't like them at all, and they didn't like that I took up for. And I wasn't very vocal my first 3 years, but my last year I just started, standing up for, some of my teammates, for myself, like telling them, whoa, that ain't right. You can't do that. You can't. and they didn't like that. And Mummy told he told the paper, and I know, and this pissed me off because I'm looking at I think it was I think it was either the Lexington Herald
Girl.
or the Kentucky Current. I think it was the Herald. He told one of the reporters when they asked why didn't Lamont Smith do as well at the position that you put him at. He said, "Well, Lamont has some off the field issues."
Damn.
So when you think about that, you think about an athlete, a black athlete, off the field issues mean what to you? Drugs, alcohol, domestic violence, stuff like
Yep.
that. Ain't never happened to me. I ain't never had a run in with the law other than having a lead foot. I ain't never had any issues with anybody. And so for him to say that, I walked in his office. It was like a movie. I walked in his office. I said, "Hal in there?" The secretary said, "Yeah, he's in there. I'll get it." And I said, "No need." And I walked past her and I threw the paper on the desk and I said, "Man, explain this." He's like, what? I said, "The highlight part." He said, "Yeah, I said it." I said, "What did you mean by it?" He said, "You have a lot of off the field issues." He said, "You worried about how much time you're gonna play and when you're gonna play?" I said, "That's on the field. Anything that happens within these gates is on the field. Anything outside the gates is off the field." He's like, "Nope, nope, that's off the field." I said, "Man, you sound stupid." So I said, "You're gonna have him print a retraction." And he chuckled at. I hate when people chuckle at me. He did that. I hate that. So I called my dad. We ended up going to talk to CM Newton, and CM Newton says, "Well, from my understanding, Lamont was a distraction during the Tennessee game." I said, "Who told you that?" And I was a bit of a distraction toward the end. But I said, "Who told you?" He said, "Well, the coaches." I said, "Did you ask any of my teammates?" No, no, I didn't have to. See, that's where the story stops. You ask the coaches. Let me ask you something. If you're, is that my time?
Thank you. No, that's me clapping. Hey, that's me clapping. That's me clapping because you know who else got kicked off or got done wrong, and because one coach felt like a player didn't deserve to be on the team. But I'm gonna let you
Yeah.
go back to I'm gonna let you go back to yours.
So I said, "You ask any of my teammates what led up to it." He's like, "No, I didn't have to." I said, "See, that's the thing. If somebody asks you something about your boss, like how are you gonna respond? Are you gonna and knowing your job is on the line? Are you gonna give a favorable? You gonna be favorable toward the athlete or toward the person or the boss?" So he's like, "Well, I didn't think of it that way." You need to think of shit like you the AD. Like, so my dad essentially told him that they were gonna have to print a retraction. If they didn't, it was gonna be some smoke in the city. But my thing was, if he told the paper that, he told the scouts that, and my
Mm-hmm.
Right.
career was done.
Right.
But I was a little pissed for about a year, maybe 2 years, and then I got over it. Time to move on with my life. I moved on, and excuse me, and I couldn't stand any of the defensive coaches. I never had anything like that happen to me before in my life, to where I didn't like nobody on the coaching staff, especially Adams, my position coach. Couldn't stand him either. Um, so it was just one of those things, man. Like my career, it didn't end well, and that's who the altercation was with in the Tennessee game. So I mean, it is what it is, man. It was definitely none of the defensive players liked Mummy or his staff. I maybe one or two, but everybody I talked to, nobody liked them.
Just Snedeker probably liked him.
Huh?
Sned probably liked him.
He probably did. He probably did, but we had to get up at 5 a.m. Y'all laughing at us because y'all got to sleep in till 7. Because he said our slowest man. He said our fastest man was slower than their slowest man in Valdosta State. Huh? Then why are they at Valdosta State and not here? You know what I mean? And I mean, it was just a whole bunch of shit, man. And I, yeah, you bring it up, and I get a little pissed about it because
I
I
see
think it's a
that.
lost
I
of a
see
good one.
that.
Things could have gone a whole nother way for me, but I'm happy with where I am. I ain't tripping, but yeah, I'm not a Mummy fan, nor am I a Mummy staff fan or a defensive staff fan. Let's put it like that. I went through three different position coaches while I was there. Two
Damn.
linebacker coaches, and then two. Well, Archer was there my freshman and sophomore year.
Yep.
Vuletich, you remember him?
Milo.
He don't. You remember him? He don't remember
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't there with Van. He wasn't there with Van.
Yeah.
Oh, was
He
it?
was.
Yeah, he replaced Archer.
Because
Oh,
we had,
wow.
because the linebackers we had to coach ourselves that year.
Well, hey, the good part about it though, y'all had a good solid foundation from Archer. So
Yeah. We
at
did.
least y'all, and we kept the same defense, and at least y'all had a foundation to go from.
Yeah.
And
I love that staff.
And I hope Coach Smith helped y'all a little bit out with some of that stuff because, yeah, that was a trip, man. Now I'm gonna go on my thing. It pisses me off because Lamont had a chance, man. And if you look at that defense coming back, I think we was ranked damn sure in the top 50. I think we was 30th in the nation as far as defense.
Yeah.
With, as I said on Tuesday, with an offense that scored 27 points in 5 games. So and gave up 6 touchdowns to the opponent in those 5 games. But I'm not gonna. But we only lost.
I digress.
The only thing we lost was the secondary, and quite honestly, we had guys that were behind us that was just as talented as us seniors. We had T. Wood, you had Cree, you had Tree, you had some damn good guys backing us up. That team shouldn't have taken a step back and lose our level of Snellenberger. You had Lamont and Snad at Will and Sound coming back.
Yeah.
That defense was stout, and for them to do what the hell they did, man, was a travesty because you had a chance with Lamont. I don't know what they say. Speed ain't everything. Your boy Ant would tell you London Fletcher wasn't a damn fastest guy either, but he knew what to do. And that's I fucking hate seeing that. I don't know if you remember when I came back when y'all played on the Louisiana Monroe. And I was asking y'all, like, why are y'all so down? Y'all were pissed.
Wait. Hold on. When we came, look, after Mummy pulled me to the side, he said, you know what? You want to play linebacker so bad? We'll put you at linebacker. We'll put you at middle linebacker. I'm like, cool. As long as I can stand up and see, I'm cool, right? So we get to practice. I'm shooting the gaps, making the plays. I bullshit you not. Major said, Lamont Smith, you got to wait for your outside backer to fill that hole before you fill that hole.
What?
I said, what are you talking about?
What?
I said, let me be clear. I said, let me be clear. And I made it loud so everybody knew how stupid this sounded. You want me to wait and hope that my outside backer sees the gap first and shoots it before I get there? Exactly. I said, Coach, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. You get your ass back to defensive end. It's stupid. You should have known it. I mean, when the guy was talking about putting 235-pound tackles in the game, or we're not blitzing because blitzing is a guessing game. And then Mummy came in and said, we don't care if the score is 64-65. We do.
We are.
You knew.
Wow.
That's what, I honestly thought about transferring after he came in with that speech. But I'm like, nah, I can't leave. I said, I got my teammates here. I love my teammates. I'm on pace to graduate in 3.5 years. Like, I don't want to get rid of that, and I'm not gonna let these guys run me out of my school. So that's why I stuck around and played through that bullshit. And but at the same time, I guess it put hair on my chest and made me grow up a little bit. But I was still upset about how it all went down because at that time, I had faced like not much adversity on the football field or the basketball court, like real adversity until then. That year, I just met a whole lot of assholes, and the defensive staff was most of them.
It doesn't seem like most of them. It seems like all
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, well, I'm saying most of the assholes that I met. Well, I met a few, but
Because when I came back, it seemed like Mike Leach was cool. I chopped up with Mike Leach for a good little time, and I'm not even on the fucking offense. I ain't even play offense. I'm like, how do you know who I am? Oh,
I don't think You know what? I honestly thought he didn't talk because you see him just walking around, like looking like Shaggy from Scooby Doo, and I didn't even realize he was the offensive coordinator. I thought Mommy was the offensive coordinator. I was on the team. Hey, how you not? Like, okay. So yeah, I mean, they set out to divide that team, and they did a great job of dividing us. And that record showed too. Like 5-6, I think we were.
Y'all 4-7. Like 4-7.
No. Were we 4-7?
Yeah. No, we were 5-6 that year. We was 5-6 that year. We just missed the bowl game that year. Man, I know you don't drink, man. You chugging that like it's alcohol, and I know you don't drink, so I'm just like,
it's water, man.
I
drink about.
You trying to calm down?
Huh?
Trying to calm down?
Nah, so I'm the only drinker on this stage.
You remember that time I don't know if you were out there. Ben, I know you ain't never hang out. You ain't never really go to no parties.
Thank you.
We went. No. This is a recruit party.
We going overtime, man. We ain't finishing at 10. We might go to 11. Go ahead. We got you on LA.
Excuse me. So we were at a recruit party, and so there was 3 lanes to turn off of this one street. You know that street that went by Donovan Hall. So yeah. So it was 3 lanes. One was a turn lane. So Harvey Clay was in the yeah, that's my guy.
There you go, name.
So he was in the left lane.
See what it was.
He's like, man, we going this way. I said, all right. He said, come on, you go in front of me. So I cut in front of him, and I had 2 recruits in the car. The cops came right, lights come on and this and that. I said, all right. So I pulled over. I said, you know why I pulled you over? I said, yeah, because I made that turn. I said, but my man, he told me I can turn right there. I said, it was like 2-3 in the morning. Then the guy says, he says, where you coming from? I said, why? He said, just where are you coming from? I said, a party? He said, was there drinking at this party? I said, I don't know. I don't drink. He's like, well, get out of the car. I need you to do a field sobriety test. At this point, 2 other cop cars pulled up.
Oh, shit.
So, and I got 2 recruits with me. And the guy has me doing a field sobriety test. He said, stand on 1 foot and say your alphabet backwards. I said, I'm not saying my alphabet backwards because you can't say your alphabet backwards. I said, well, I was going to stand on 1 foot. Now I'll count down from 20 for you. So I'm counting down from 20, and I think it was Yeast. He's like, man, that'd be messed up if you got a DUI and you don't even drink. And I'm looking like, yeah, I know. It was crazy because I'm sitting there trying to figure out why the guy pulled me over. But it was that whole thing went so left that I went to Coach Curry that morning that we had the recruits. Coach Curry told here's a great Coach Curry story. He told his secretary or whoever it was, I don't remember who it was, he told them to reschedule his meeting with the recruits. He had to handle something. We went down to the police station, me and him, and he got the guy suspended until he finished the like a race relations class sort of thing. And I said, that's my man. You know what I mean? You gotta love somebody like that. He was getting a recruit, and he told the recruits, hold up, I gotta do this. So he came and took care of it. I love it.
Yeah. There are many little underlying stories that I can tell about Coach Curry that people don't know about. Yeah, that's not shocking, man. But nah, shit. It's like you said. Go ahead, Ant.
Tell the story about when he brought back the guy who didn't hardly do nothing. Tell the story about that. You can't. Hold on. No, hold
All
on.
about you, man.
You right. Hold on. But hold on.
Huh?
You absolutely right. You absolutely right. You Vane. Vane. You're absolutely right. But I do notice that before the show started, you said you had 2 stories you want to tell about, and we in overtime now, so we just gone. And I do got a shirt on for the people that don't think I got a shirt on. You said you had 2 stories about Lamont. Hey, Lamont might be my favorite guest thus far, and we've had. I know, man. I already knew bringing my main zone was gonna be good because he gonna keep it 100. 100. That's why they call it 100 because when you say man, that shit's dead. Like it ain't no like that shit's dead. 100. But go ahead. Go ahead. Say your piece.
So Dr. L.A., you kind of touched on it a little bit, but I want to hear what actually happened. What happened when Major came into you and said you're going to play DN? What was that conversation like with your dad? What the hell did you say? What words did you use? I want to verbatim if you can totally recall.
What I said?
Yeah.
All I remember saying was, why would you do that? I just looked at him like, why would you do that? And he said, because you're not fast enough playing my scheme. I said, huh?
No, hold on. Ellie, I want to hear what you said to your dad. After all that happened, you got back to your dorm or to your apartment, and you call your parents to inform them that this knucklehead is moving you to defense end.
My dad said, you got a decision to make. He said, you got a decision to make. And I said, well, what's that? I said, what's the decision? He said, you got a decision to make, and hung up on me.
Damn.
My dad,
That's good parenting. That's good parenting. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you couldn't win that battle.
No.
You got a decision to make. You can't win that battle.
But he was more so like, you got a decision to make. You make the decision that's best for you. Like how you found Kentucky, because like I was thinking about going to Old State, but how I found Kentucky and how I came up on Kentucky after each visit, my parents used to be like, well, what did you think? They never pushed me to go to one school or the other. And that was just them like teaching me how to make my own decisions. And so I'm a man now. I'm 21, 22 years old. I'm 21, and my dad said, well, you got a decision to make. And he hung up on me. So my thought was, do I stay or do I go?
Hey, hold on. I got a question. Who recruited you from Ohio?
Bill Glazer. Oh,
okay.
No.
Who recruited you from Kentucky? Who recruited you?
Bill
Glazer. Yeah. See, I was recruited from, because when you said that, the only reason, and I know everybody got a story and everybody don't believe your stories. Ray Dorr, all his letters were handwritten, and Ray Dorr would show up. Dude, he came to one of my basketball games, and we was playing against Chris Chambers and Bedford, which was Halle Berry went to high school at.
Yeah.
And the game was on the line. You know what I'm saying? But my whole point was that it was a regular game for us. And I didn't know he was in the stands. But he came up to me after the game and was like, I seen when the game was online, the team put the ball in your hands. Which that only happened because our point guard was suspended for that game. But the point was he would always show up at the games. And it was unique. It wasn't like just getting letters that I think you send everybody else. So I thought you might. Reason I asked because I thought you might have had Ray Dorr and he persuaded you to come here. Otherwise, if it wouldn't have been for that, I don't think Kentucky would have been my choice if it wasn't for Ray Dorr.
Listen, Bill Glazer, and he sat with 3 other coaches in my basketball games. Because I told you, basketball was my first love.
I know that.
I've been the same height since the 7th grade. I've been 6'2" since the 7th grade. So I thought.
Wait, whoa! You been how tall? When you get 6'2"? When did you get last time?
I lost a little while. I'm like, George, I may be 6'1 3/4, but I've been the same height since the 7th grade.
That's
I
cool. Then
thought
I'm
it was gonna
six
be
four. I'm
6'9",
six
dunking
four
on people
then.
for a living. Okay.
Okay, I'm 6'4"
You hit a
then. All
growth
right, that's
spurt.
cool.
You hit a growth
That's
spurt.
cool. I'm 6'4". Go ahead, man.
But then they showed up. They showed up. Him and a couple of other coaches showed up at a few of my games. I thought I was going to be playing basketball, but I mean, it was a toss up. Do I play in front of? I was getting recruited by some MAC schools to play basketball because of my size and the position that I played. But football, I was getting like SEC letters, Big Ten letters, Pac-10 letters, like ACC letters and offers from all those. I'm like, do I play in front of possibly 3,000 a night or 65 to 70 a weekend? Where does my future lie? So that's how I chose football. Like I wouldn't even know what a cover 1, cover 2, or cover 3 is if it slapped me in the face. But I do know how to tackle somebody who got the ball. Oh, he got the ball. He got to go down. You know what I mean? But I can tell you what a zone looks like on defense in basketball. See what man to man look like. Take pick and roll. All that other stuff. So yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. Oh man, my man.
So the other thing I was gonna add, I was gonna say is I'll never forget. We were playing Louisville, and why are we keep bringing this damn game up? Playing Louisville.
You keep bringing the game up.
I do keep. I don't know why. Playing Louisville. I don't know if Lamont remember this. They playing Louisville. We was playing a lot of cover 3, and they was getting these hitches and hitches and hitches. And I came on the side and I said, Lamont, I'm going for this hitch. You need to cover my ass. He's like, yeah, go for it. Go for it. I'm like, all right, but Lamont, I need you to come. I need you to help me out. I got the interception, but Lamont was nowhere in sight. What the hell happened, man?
You seen the movie Necessary Roughness? But he was like, he threw the ball against the backboard. I thought you were going to do one of these. Yeah, I thought you were going to do one of these, and I went that way. I told you I didn't know what a cover 2, cover 3, or cover 1.
Oh, hell no.
I was still learning, bro. I was still learning.
You got curl flat, Lamont, curl flat. I'm going for the hitch. If I don't get it, I need you to back me up. What the fuck?
I had faith in you. I was downfield blocking for you already.
Hold on.
I would say of the linebackers of the Sam linebackers we had, you were probably one of the best, man. I can honestly say that.
I appreciate that.
And it pains me to see your ass. When I came back and saw your ass with your hand on the ground, I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Why you got his hand on the ground on every down?
What I was doing? My hand was on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I was thinking the same thing.
Make no sense. That was almost as bad as Creed going. Saw him coming down and playing will linebacker. Like Creed's 205, 210 pounds. Why is he playing linebacker in the SEC?
Well, Deli played DN at 205.
I know.
He played the SEC inside. I mean, he was a good pass rusher, but you can put Charles Woodson on the line. He gonna get you some sacks. You know what I mean? Right. I mean, it was just, that was blasphemous, man. But they got what they were bargaining for.
I'm gonna tell you this much, man. Y'all doing all this barking and yapping. I'm gonna tell you what. And Van, you present a hell of a case. Hell of a case. I came back to a game. Do you know who Jermaine White is? Do you know guys know who Jermaine White is?
Name sounds familiar.
Receiver. Tall.
He's supposed to be the next Randy Moss. Supposed to be the next Randy Moss.
Okay. Yeah.
I came to a spring game. You know what position I seen him playing?
What? Tight end? What?
Defensive end. The next Randy Moss.
Are you serious?
I didn't even know that. I didn't know that.
Absolutely.
Damn.
He was
absolutely.
wasn't he?
No, the whole point was we got you on Scully.
Right.
So you got long. I'm not even going. I mean, I'm not even going. Because the thing about it is, that's why I love this show right now.
Wow.
That we got Van on here who feels, Curry, and I love Curry, man. I love Curry for bringing. I would not have loved Curry if I would not have left. I would not have left Twinsburg Heights, Ohio. But the whole point is, I feel like the way I was done, and when we had him on our show, he ignored it like he didn't know. So maybe he acknowledges that wasn't a good decision, and that's fine with me. I would love to know, what, I messed up on that decision. But then when I watch people like Lamont, Lee Wesley, Anwar Stewart, and a lot of people suffer because of a coaching change, it's the same thing I went through, but it vindicated me, so I don't really feel vindicated. Because my partners, are having it the hard way. And that's why, and Van ain't never had to go through none of that because the coaches, whether he did good or bad, they thought the Earth's air came out of Van's asshole.
Hey, hold on. I just have something to say because I remember Jermaine White a little bit. I'm reading up on this. This is how bad it is. If he was supposed to be the next Randy Moss, they said this is his bio in the press guide. His junior year, he said played in 9 games, mostly as a middle jump on a field goal block team. that was his part. Hey, dude, are you serious? Yeah,
that's
man,
a position.
They
named that a position.
Yeah, that's right. Middle jumper.
I didn't know that was a position.
Dude.
Hey, somebody's got to play it.
Dude, this is not good. Yeah, man. He was. Oh, dude. Yeah, they messed him over. They messed him over too.
Alvin said that was his roommate, man. Alvin Takashita said that was his roommate.
LOL be out of too.
Right.
Hey, you know what,
man,
you know what's crazy is that y'all know what's crazy is that it was the recruiting coordinator, the big dude, big
Bassett.
Yeah,
Bassett.
He's the one who taught Steve Young everything he knows.
Right.
Oh.
He was like this. He came over to me. He tried to hit me with a straw. He tried to strong arm me. He was like, if you don't do what you're told, I can have your scholarship like that. I said,
wow,
get your big ass away from me. I will. You know what I mean? Like, I looked at him like, why are you even standing next to me? You know what I mean? So I think you had him in there for the intimidation factor, but I wasn't intimidated. You know what I mean? So it was my last year, and I was going out with a bang. It was going to be either on the field or off the field. I was going to give him something to say off the field problems about.
Wow, dude, that's some effed up stuff. God damn, that's some effed up stuff, man. It's kind of weird because when you in a situation when we had Coach Curry, you really don't know how good you have it, right? Until then you're faced with another situation, you're like, damn, I had it good. Because that same thing I had when I was with the Bears, man. I just thought things were a certain way. I had a good high school coach. I had a damn good college coach. Then I go to pros, and I'm with Wani, who is probably similar to your damn Hal Mummy. He was not a head coach, man. His ability to galvanize a team was horrible, and we had some studs on that team, bro. But his team meetings, bro, were horrible. His team meetings were horrible. It was like, what are you talking about?
That sounds like a Mummy team meeting.
Yeah, man. I tell you this much, man. I told 2 different people, and I'm not even gonna say their names. And I don't want this being taken out of context, which I'm sure is gonna be taken out of context.
We're in the locker. Say the damn name. Don't be. Hey, Dr. Lamont has been 100.
I'm not saying no name. Now, hey, you see that logo? Hold on. You see that logo? Well, damn, how the hell I do my finger? You see that logo right there?
All I'm saying is
hold on.
like your hairline. That ain't right.
No,
bro.
sir. My hairline.
Yeah, you doing that back pedal like your hairline. Come
Look
on,
at
man.
that's good stuff right there. Ooh, look at this curly, still curly.
Come on, come on.
Just let your soul glow. Okay, so
Damn, man.
no, this is the thing though. Like, no, for real, this is the thing. And Lamont was probably still around at this point. We going to a game. We in South Carolina. First play of the damn game. I get tackled. I'm getting up out of the pile. Dude from South Carolina helped me up. He helped me up too. And he say, man, how you feel playing with all these white boys? You can't win with all these white. I was the only Negro on the field for Kentucky on that first series. And I'm not. And you can take it how you want to. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm not saying if it means anything. I was the only Negro on the field.
That was the senior?
That was my senior year in South Carolina.
Yeah,
The first, no, because you got to think. No, we had Gary Davis,
Oh.
Waylon, Brad Pyatt might have been another. It don't. I don't know. I don't know. You know what? It might have been. It might have been. I know Waylon was on there. Gary Davis might have been on there. Whoever the other person was, then it's me and a white fullback, and plus all white offensive line. And it's funny. I was like, well, I don't know what the hell that means. Like, I love having all white offensive line because them jokers would go to war for you. But as far as if they feel like what they was telling me, we gonna focus on you because, hey man, I told somebody that and they was like, "Are you serious?" I kid you not. They told me that under power. They helped me up. They pulled me. You know how they pull you up by your shoulder pads.
Right.
Hey, man, it's gonna be a long day. You out here with all these white boys. And I was like,
Oh, that's hilarious, man. That's hilarious. That's some funny shit right there, man. I've never heard that before.
oh, well, you don't need to hear it. That's the last time you need to hear it. All right, man. There we go. So we done put a good day's work in, man. Unless you want to go another 30 minutes, man. And we ain't asking you, man, because you're on a whole nother time zone. I'm asking my main man, LA. If your initials are LA, you bad just by nature. LA.
Yeah, hey, I got that name. When you're a kid and you working on like when you're an athlete, you want a nickname, something that wasn't nothing really cool about Smith. And so I was searching for these nicknames. I wanted to wear the number 44 so I could be 44 Magnum. So I'm practicing my signature 44 Magnum. Then I was like nothing stuck, right? So I get to UK. So it was me. It was Lamont Smith, Sean Smith,
Leon
Leon
Smith.
Smith,
Yep.
and
There's one more.
Leon Andre came in. But
Yep.
so they had L.E. Smith and L.A. Smith on the back of our jerseys and on our locker. And Joker was like, "Come on over here, L.A." I'm like, "Where, LA? Like, where?" He's like, "You." He's like, "Come on, L.A." I'm like, "Me?" He's like, "Yeah." So I went on over, and like everybody started calling me L.A. And then when the season is on, you don't really the freshman year season, you don't really meet many people on campus. So I'm meeting at the end of the season. I'm meeting people on campus. "Oh, so you LA? You LA?" Yeah, sure, I guess. So there it was, just stuck. So,
Damn.
I owe that to
That's
Joker. That was quite the name. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That was some man that like people understand that we had some good times in that damn defensive room. Even though we didn't win as many games we want, but we had some damn good times. And
I thought I was
I
the
don't
funniest
know.
thing in America, man. When I first got on campus and I'm sitting around thinking it was between you, Van, Tuck, and Steve.
Oh man. Oh Lord.
Man, I used to be like, man, I didn't even know these guys were that funny. Like, I thought it was the funniest team in America. Yeah, let, let me tell you one night. So this is before our first game. So I'm rooming with Dave Snarden, right?
Oh,
Hold on. Hey, LA. I'm gonna let you finish
Yeah.
the story, but you do realize there's probably about 1,000 people who gonna see these stories you telling. Cause I had Posey on here, and he did. He said he didn't realize that we had such a nice size following.
that's
Posey was
hey,
on
I'm gonna
here.
tell you what. That's Pastor Snorton too.
I, okay, so
You
I'll
can't.
tell you that story. I'll tell you that story.
No.
Come on with it. Come on with it. I'm just letting you
No, no.
know.
So we were in the room, and I'm going over my playbook heavy, right? I'm thinking I'm gonna get out there and play a lot, and I played scrub time. But I said, Dave, I said, what you supposed to do on this play? Excuse me. He was sitting on the corner of the bed. And he says, first, you got to grab that joker by the neck, and then and I'm looking like he was dead. So you grab that joker by the neck, you grab him, you put him on the ground. It just then it was a knock at the door. I'm like, I get up, I go in. Remember, we were in the Hilton. This is before we
Yeah.
played Louisville. We were in the Hilton, and Coach Archer was like, "I'm just checking to make sure you guys are in here." I said, "Man, why you got me in here with this crazy dude?" He's like, "Who, David?" I said, "Shh, keep it down. Keep it down. He might hear you." I slept like this the whole night. I slept like this. I slept. They had the two beds, and then they had their room in the front.
Yep.
I slept in the room in the front. I pulled the couch out. I was like this the whole night, man. I didn't get no sleep. I thought dude was gonna snap, but he turned out to be a really good guy. He helped me out a lot. He helped me
Yeah.
out a lot. But that first time, he's like, first you got to grab that joker by the neck, and then you take it to the. Well, he's like, I'm like, is this Agent Orange acting up? I didn't do it. But yeah, that
Yeah,
was
man.
crazy.
Yeah, man. We had some. If you thought we were funny, and you missed the year before, man, when we had Collins on, that bus ride. Look, Coach had to make some players got pissed off, right? So back
Uh,
then we didn't stay in the Hilton, and we used to go to that dorm we used to eat at. We used to go there for
Donovan.
pregame meals,
Okay.
and Collins was so funny, bro. He would get on the bus and just crack up. Some players want to be serious, so we had to
Yeah.
have two buses. We had to have a serious bus and a not so serious bus. That's how, dude. We were clowning. It was
If you
a
men get loose
clown
with
show,
if you men get loose with jokes, you ride this bus. If you get
right,
if you had to be serious, get on this bus.
dude? It was so funny, man. That was probably that was a fun year.
Hey,
Outside of winning, but that whole squad, man, that damn Jared Claiborne recruited some characters, man.
I tell you what, the thing that I love most about my time at UK was meeting so many different people. Like I went down when I came to UK, Mike Scott.
Mm.
Um, Mike Scott, you remember Mike Scott?
Mm-hmm.
Mike Scott. Uh, he was the only kid from my high school that went down there with me. And this guy, Mike Scott said he was going to play for Coach Curry wherever Coach Curry was, because that's how much respect he had for Coach Curry. Wherever he
Yeah.
went, he was going to go play for him. So he ended up at UK. So me and Mike, we were down there at the same time. We hung out in high school, but we didn't hang out much in college, but we were still cool. Um, but he was the only one that I knew once I got on campus. And getting out and meeting so many different people from so many different backgrounds, from somebody that, like um, so many different racial backgrounds, so many different socioeconomic backgrounds, so many different cities, states, and cultures. It was that whole mix, especially when you go to battle with guys. That's what I usually take away. That's what I took away from my experience in UK, and I loved it. And like I still talk to y'all. Like I still talk to y'all. I still talk to Anwar. I still talk to C4. From time to time, and it's just the camaraderie. We on that group text. That
Right.
group text. I mean, I think that's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
These are guys that you wouldn't ordinarily talk. I mean, come on. If I were to see G on the street, George Harris, back I'm talking about
Back in the day,
1995,
right, right,
95 George Harris. I would have been like, ooh, he's a little rough.
right.
I'll stay away from him. But the
Drop
coolest
it
dude
down
ever.
to Suzuki too. You'd been like, nah,
Yeah,
bro.
Samurai Suzuki. And then Marcus Cross. Me and
Oh
Cross,
damn.
we would have never. That's one of my best friends to this day
Yeah.
because we still keep in touch. Even though when he left the school, we still talk. And his background is way different than my background. Not saying
Right.
either one is good or bad, but it's just
Right.
different
Yeah.
backgrounds. And I mean, who knew? Yeah, Ben, I know you remember this. When he stood up, our freshman year, he stood up, he's like, my Carpa Duke. Everybody's like, what? He's like, my Carpa Duke. And everybody's like, huh? And then he sat down, and Coach Curry was like, he said, Marcus, stand back up. Tell everyone your name and where you're from. Say it slowly. My Carpa Duke. I'm like, what? And he was like, man, this is Marcus Cross. He's from Paducah, Kentucky. I'm like, oh, man, this guy. But the thing, but y'all remember, but here it is. Y'all remember
Joe Clark.
Joe
Joe
Clark.
Clark?
Joe Clark was my man.
So listen, Joe Clark came to, when he first got when he first got to Lexington, he came and stayed with us, right? With me and Marcus. And me and Marcus roamed every summer. And Joe Clark was like, Joe said, we all in the kitchen making sandwiches or something. Joe was like, yeah, I read. He said, what? He said, yeah, I read. I said, what? And me and Marcus looked at each other. Marcus fell out laughing. And here's the kicker. Marcus was able to translate. Marcus said, hey, now. I think he said, you eat the ass of the bread. He's like, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm like, you got me here with two of y'all? Like, I can't understand what y'all say. But Joe got his degree in communication.
Oh
Y'all
hell
ain't even know
no!
that, did y'all? Y'all ain't even know that.
That damn
Yeah,
Joe Clark, man. Man, I love me some Joe
yeah.
Clark, man. We had some good times, man.
But like them the relationship you take away from the stories and all this other stuff, man.
Yeah,
Forget
man. That's
about it. Football after a while became like, after I got finished playing was on such a small scale because of all
right.
the good people that I met down there, all the brothers that I met down there. That's a definite plus. It, I don't know if y'all knew. I know Dave Ginn from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Me and Dave Ginn was on the same hoop team. So, for me to get there and us be on the same linebacker group, it was like that's crazy. So,
So
it's a
how
good
you feel
time.
now that y'all? So now y'all, yeah, he got different political issues than most of people are complexion.
Hmm.
And David Gill seem always like the cool white dude, man.
I tell you what.
Like,
I tell you what. Because of people's political views, I don't talk politics with individuals about their politics because everybody's gonna have an opinion. But I tell you, when we played Dave Ginn's high school in football, he went to all white high school, or majority white back then. And my school was majority white, and it was three of us on the football team. And every time they tackled me, this was what they feel. They were like, "You should keep your black ass on the ground. Don't get up, just running off the mouth with all kind of racial stuff." And Dave came over, and Dave extended his hand to help me up off the ground because I was playing tailback, a fullback. And I smacked his hand out of the way, and man, get your hand out of my face. And then he was my man, but I associated him with them. And so
yeah,
I get up and he started walking next to me. He said, man, don't listen to nothing they saying, man. Just keep balling. He said, we good. He's like, don't listen to nothing. So I understand where he is. I understand everybody's political views, what they like, what they don't like. But at the same time, at the end of the day, it's about how we treat each other. And like I said, I don't talk politics in my office. I don't talk politics on the street. It's like whoever you like is who you like. Whoever you don't like is who you don't like. It ain't no need to. There are always going to be differences in life. I mean, it don't mean we got to hate each other over it.
Right.
But that's just my personal opinion. You know, other people have other strong opinions and strong views, and I ain't mad at them either. So, but I know Dave Ginn is solid, and I know he's a good dude. Uh, I don't know. Like my daughter, my youngest daughter, we dropped off one of her teammates the other day, and her teammate, the parents, real cool. They had a Trump Pence flag flying out in front of their house. My daughter has her own political views, right? She said, "Oh, Daddy, we can't get her no more." I said, "Why not?" She's like, "They got that Trump Pence flag out." I'm like, "Well, I'm like, don't. Maybe that's her parents. I don't know. You know, but her parents real cool too. So you know, I base people off of how they treat me, and how they treat my family,
Right.
and that's just how it is, man. I know a lot of people get caught up in these politics, and a lot of people go at each other for different stuff. But you know, life is how you treat others, and I treat people the way I want to be treated. Hopefully, they treat me that way in return.
Yeah, that's facts, man. That's how it should be, man. And that's why I hate social media and knowing how some of my teammates react. You know what I'm saying? Because before all the social media, you didn't know anything, right? It was based off of how well you did in the weight
Right,
room,
right.
how well you supported each
Mhm.
other. It didn't damn matter what if you rolled this way or rolled that way. As long as we all in this thing holding hands together, going for the same thing, we were cool. So this social media thing kind of skewed
Right,
shit,
right.
and now you kind of you start to look side eye at some people that you went to war with, not war. I don't like to use that word.
Sure,
That you went to battle with. So it's like
sure.
it kind of sucks now that you kind of understand some of the how they really feel. To me, sometimes how they really feel about you.
And all I say is, to hell with anybody who didn't stand up for me when they kicked me off the team. And that is vain.
It ain't about you. It ain't about
And
you.
you know, you damn right it ain't about
It
me.
ain't about
But you
you.
know what? But you
It
know
ain't
what?
about you. It
And
ain't
you know,
about
you
you.
damn right it ain't about me. But LA came with his boy and kept it 1,000%, which I knew he would, because he from the O. And why is he moving around and stuff, shuffling?
Because my headset was down, bro. My headset was down. I'm back. I'm
But
back.
but you act like you don't realize. No. Hey, LA, did you
Hmm?
did you have did were you and another Kentucky football player gonna play basketball for UK under Tubby Smith
You said, was I?
in '97? I think
You said,
'98 or
was I?
'97. Yeah,
You said,
were you offered an opportunity to join the UK basketball team? You and another UK football player.
I wasn't. So check this out. This is what happened.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
You?
Yeah. There was an article wrote that me and you, I approached him about playing basketball. I
So
see. Okay, we'll explain it because I don't understand. I thought you was on the boat
no,
with
no,
me.
no. Listen, it was in the article. It was in the USA Today. So I I saw Coach Smith outside. I was doing a internship in the media relations office. So I go outside to my car real quick, and I see Coach Smith coming across the street. I say, "Hey, Coach, how you doing?" He's like, "Hey, hey, come here for a second." So I went over there, and he said, "Hey, I'm Tubby Smith." I said, "I know who you are." I said, "I'm Lamont Smith." He was like, "Lamont Smith, Lamont Smith, linebacker on the football team." I said, "Yes, I am." You know, he said, so we chopped it up. We talked for maybe 3 to 5 minutes, something like that. It wasn't nothing, it wasn't nothing serious. So I go back to the media relations office. I'm like, yeah, your boy Tubby asked me to play. I'm like, no, Tub, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just gonna ride this football thing out. And I was joking, obviously. But somebody didn't know that I was joking. because my dad called me. I never told my dad this story until he called me. He said, "Hey man, did Tommy Smith ask you to play football, basketball, and you told him no?" I'm like, "No, sir." He said, "Why you say that?" He said, "Because it says here in the USA Today." I'm like, "Huh? Did he ask you to play?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Save it, save it." So that's how I think that's how my name got in it, because I was in the media relations office, and somebody we had people in there all the time. So I thought maybe that's how it all happened. But they had your name in
Nah.
there too, huh?
No, no, I approached and asked. Like they were at
Oh,
open
okay.
tryouts. I approached and asked, and how mommy told me distinctly that yeah, you can go try out for it. We're not gonna hold your position. So basically, like while you trying to, even if you make the basketball team, when you come back, and I found out my senior year anyways that he was gonna replace me, and when that didn't work, you was gonna bring me back in. So he had the best of both worlds, but. Your
Oh
name was
wow.
in the article. It was my name and your name in the article. Is when I was like, damn. I knew we played intramural together, so I knew
Yeah,
you
yeah.
played a little hoop. So that's why I was like, I didn't know Lamont was on it. I went to him like I was inquiring, like I was like, shit. Let me see what's good. I just got kicked off the team by Curry.
Hey, I almost flunked out of school my freshman and sophomore year, so I wasn't in the position to play no more sports. Hey, and B was the only one he was the only football player I see carrying a basketball around campus. This fool ain't carrying football, he carrying a
Right.
basketball around
Right.
campus. I'm like, man, somebody
Hey,
passing somebody somewhere else.
basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and
They
down the
dribble up and
court.
down the court.
Yeah, I tell you, and me and Stu, that was me and Stu's thing, man. We used to go to the Seton Center every day after practice and play basketball. And that's why Hal Mummy came with that thing. Now y'all can't. Like, dude, I did that in high school. Like, that was my thing.
Yeah,
After football, I go play basketball. Like, it
yeah.
works on my coordination, my quickness, and whatever else. But it was what it was. But yeah, I always wondered, man. It was like, because they was like, well, he played on the state championship team with James Posey and this, that, and the third. And we didn't win the championship. Like, we lost to the champs. But
We
it was
did.
kind of crazy how the
We did.
article was wrote.
I see you, LA. I see you,
We
LA.
did. We did.
Y'all won a state
Oh,
championship?
yeah, we won the state championship. Won my state
Division
championship.
what?
I ain't,
5?
man, stop
I
it.
ain't gonna hate, but
D
I
one
might hate.
D
This
one in Ohio is
no.
D one in Ohio is the best, is the larger schools. So we won D1.
Exactly.
We were runner up in 91. 92 we won it
Oh, I
all.
ain't know that.
Yeah, well you know now, player. You know
That's
now.
good business. That's good business, man. That's
Yeah,
good business,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Now you know, brother. Now you
Now you
know.
know.
Hey,
Now
Van,
you
let me ask you
know.
this.
Now you
Okay,
Yeah.
know.
okay. Y'all want to throw the shade at me, Van? Let me ask you this.
hmm
Did you know this brother? Did you know this brother was McDonald's All American nominee?
Who? You know. At LA, yeah.
It wasn't
He
me. We
said
talking
you
I
about
know
know.
it
L.A.
wasn't you. I know it wasn't you.
Asshole.
I know it wasn't you. I
Why
know.
didn't he give me? Why didn't he give me the screen from the beginning? I would have loved to stay on the screen from the beginning.
Because
Anyhow,
You got it
because you
now.
don't know what you do.
Ain't nothing like the present.
all I'm
Yes,
trying to figure
sir.
out. Okay, so he knew you was. So you knew he was All American.
Yeah, man. I look. You know me, right? I'm a research study guy. I knew all these incomers. I knew everything about them. I didn't know who was going to help me out. That's how I did it. Every year, I
You
had it.
get a stack of articles.
I had a dude. Look, and remember that's when the first time '93 was when internet happened. Wasn't internet yet, but you can find out stuff if they put it on the school site. So yeah, man, I did my research on all of y'all. Sean
You
Smith,
know,
Joe Clark, Cree, Tree.
not
I
just
knew all that. I knew all about Apopka, Florida.
That's what. That's what. That's what.
Stu.
tree is from?
Tree? Didn't that Stu come from Apopka? No.
Stu came from Bay High.
Chris,
Yeah.
Chris,
K. Cole came from
Do more research, sucker.
Dude, that's damn almost 30 years ago. Shit.
I met a guy who played with E. Kelly up in.
Hey, bro. Who you know you playing with up there, bro? Hey, bro. Who you know you playing with up there, bro?
Eating his food with his hands.
Oh, man.
Like,
Bullet's real people though, man. Look.
yeah.
Hey, after you, maybe Stu or Bullet. Them two that or two or three, man. I love, man. You can't draw no.
Hey,
Nah, man.
How you leaving out your room, dog? How you leaving out Lee Wesley?
I mean, Wesley was. Me and
It wasn't for me. His name wouldn't even been brought up. That's wrong, bro.
No. My whole point is, and I still said, me and Wesley were cool. We were roommates. We slept in the same, but I still spent more time with Anwar and Bullets.
Whoa.
In the same house. In the same house.
Whoa.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm not about to spend my valuable. I'm not gonna spend my valuable time cleaning up the note.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you this, Van. I'm gonna hold on, Van. I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah.
So the summer before my senior year, they junior year.
Oh no! Don't tell that story. I already know what you gonna say. Hold on, I ain't even.
Lee.
Nope.
Lee.
Hey man. Hey.
Hold on.
Fillmore Western.
4.
Yeah.
And C4.
Uh-huh.
They was like, yo, we getting our apartment. Waiting on our apartment to get done. So, can we stay at your house? Because they knew I had that spot over in what was the name of that complex? MB. What's the name? All right, wake up. I stayed over on Spangler. I forget the name of it. I stayed over on Spangler, and at the townhouse.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, y'all can come on over. Man, they slept on the floor, on the couch. The new couch I just bought, they said it'd be a couple weeks, like 2 weeks. It ended up being there like a month and a half, right?
Damn.
Every time I bought food and came home, the food was gone.
Damn.
Oh, we thought we was gonna do this. I stopped buying food and started going to other people's houses and eating and coming home. So my dad, shortly after they moved out, my mom, my dad, they came down. And my dad says he opens the refrigerator because every time they call and ask if I need money for food, I'm like, no, I'm good. They came, he opened the refrigerator. He said, man, what the hell is this shit? I was like, what's wrong? He said, man, you ain't got nothing in here but condiments. I'm like, oh yeah, about that. I said, well, I had some roommates and they was eating. he said, man, tell them fools to come pitch in on the grocery bill. I'm like, nah, they cool. I said, I don't really need nothing. My dad said, man, come on. He took me to the store, bought me like $300 worth of food, and I was praying their places was solid, where they didn't have to come back and get a meal. But yeah, my apartment was smelling like corn chips and Fritos. So, but it was cool though. You know, just to have them 4 in there was cool anyway. That's what it was. You awake now?
You're on mute, Ant. You're on mute. Ant, you're on mute.
He tried to.
My apologies. I thought you were about to tell another story, is why I got real defensive. So I appreciate, and I exactly. That's why I was like, damn, bro.
Nah, something.
I said, I know he. Who was that? Denise LaSalle who say, I know you ain't about to sing that song. I said, I know you're not about to tell this story. That's why I was like, what the hell?
Nah,
but okay, yeah. I apologize for all that happened with that. You know, I was a lowly, trying to make my way sophomore.
Oh man,
it was all good.
I would. Okay. Damn, I thought you was about to tell that story, man. Ooh, Oh man, I ain't gonna tell you the story, but I thought he was gonna tell that story. Oh Lord,
Nah, you
good
good.
stuff.
You good.
Yeah, man.
Ah,
This live, man. We can't say everything, but
man, well, wh- so yeah, so man, we appreciate you, man. We
yeah,
appreciate you
man.
having you
I
on
appreciate
Big
y'all, brother.
LA. Man,
Yeah,
I
it's a
man.
appreciate y'all,
good.
no doubt.
I'm sure you're gonna be there triggered a bunch of people because I see a lot of former players hitting it like, man, we want y'all to come on. We want them all to come on, man. You know, I say I'm solid with you, so I know, I know what's good. And if you want to air out some dirty laundry, air out
Man,
some
come
dirty
on.
laundry. You did a good job of keeping it,
100.
yeah, hundred
Yeah,
but subtle, but subtle. He ain't use no cuss words like you did.
Subtle. There was no subtleness to that. He was just
That
more
was pretty
professional.
subtle, man.
He's more professional. He's a doctor. I don't come off
Well,
professional, but he came
exactly.
100 with that Coach Major and Mummy going in the office throwing that newspaper on the desk. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's 100.
nah, it's a little bit more to that story he ain't tell us, but I've heard the other version, but
I'm sure. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
well, we only
yeah.
had a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
I appreciate
right,
y'all,
right.
fellas, man. I
All
appreciate
right,
y'all.
man.
All right, it's all love, man.
Holla, brother. I appreciate
All
you,
right,
man.
man. Appreciate you coming out. Hey, man, my shoulder a little sore, man. I'm gonna come see you, man. Give me the discount.
Come
No.
on, we only hour up the road. I got you.
Oh, hold on.
Look,
No, for real. Before you go though, like if anybody in the northern Kentucky's or Cincinnati area, where can they reach you? Are you looking for new clients? Are you opening clients? Where can they reach you?
always accept a new patient. You can reach me. My website is it's long, but it's www.smithfamilyandsportschiro.com, or my phone number, the office number is 859-334-0661. So just get at me if you have, it ain't just about backs and necks anymore. It's the full gamut. I can cover it from head to toe.
Yeah.
And
I'll
one more.
add that.
What'd you
You
say?
said what?
I'll add that to when we retweet
Yeah,
this.
we'll add it to the links. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll add it
Okay.
to the links in the podcast. One other thing, I know my homeboy is James Posey, and your brother does. What's your brother's brand and clothing line that they can look out for? Is he still doing his clothing line? I like the
Oh
stuff you be
yeah,
having on. I don't know how to get to it.
yeah.
We gonna.
It's triple OG, three O's and a G, brand.com. And his name is Street Lotto. That's his that's his non-government name, Street
That's a
Lotto.
street name. That's a street
Is it?
name. Yeah.
He used to do music, so that's his thing. But it's triple OG brand.com. It's all over. I mean, a lot of popular celebrities are wearing it, and he's always trying to get his stuff out there. So hit him up. I think he just went out to Vegas today, so to do some work. His son is a producer. Yeah, he just turned 17. His son is a producer, so
Okay.
he's out there doing some work too. So it's kind of like we trying to branch out. We trying not to work for other people.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I got I got an invention that's on the way. I ain't gonna tell y'all about it
Shit.
because the patent is pending, and then I
Okay.
got some other things coming. But I'll let y'all know once it's out. I'll let y'all know once it's
Appreciate
out.
it.
But
Come on
yeah,
this
so that's
show
what we doing,
because we
man.
are the show to promote stuff. You need us to promote your
Yep.
shit.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna
You drop it here. You
You
drop
drop
it
it
here. We
here.
gonna drop it here.
do.
All right,
You
man.
can't trust me. You can't trust us. Trust this Jones. All right,
Van,
y'all.
LA. I appreciate y'all both for coming out, man. All love.
Holla.
All right, all love, baby.